The concept of specialized rations for extreme conditions first emerged during World War II, when military operations in cold regions revealed the need for a lightweight, high-calorie food that could withstand freezing temperatures without compromising quality. Originally, K and C rations were adapted, but these were not designed for extreme cold. In the 1950s, cold climates in Korea exposed the limitations of existing rations again. The military began developing ration types that were more freeze-resistant. In the 1960s and 70s, focus shifted to dehydrated and freeze-dried foods to improve shelf life, reduce weight, and make them resilient against freezing. In the 1980s, the ration cold weather emerged. These were primarily freeze-dried meals designed to remain functional at temperatures as low as negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. In the 1990s, the meal cold weather became the formal standard. These rations included freeze-dried entrees that required boiling water, high-calorie components to meet energy demands in the extreme cold, and items less likely to freeze, such as peanut butter, crackers, and freeze-resistant snacks. In the 2000s, further refinements were made, which led us to today's Cold Weather MRE. Join us as I review the Cold Weather MRE, the climate it was designed to be used. Extended time below zero.
Hi, I'm Maryland Military Surplus, and this looks like as good a place as any to have some lunch. Let me get set up here. In case it isn't obvious, it's quite cold out. In fact, it's 25 degrees with a wind chill of about 12. On a day like this, a normal MRE that you might enjoy for lunch is probably frozen solid. But never fear, the faithful U.S. military has planned for this, because they provided you a cold weather ration. And that is what we are going to make and eat today. Let's get started. All right. The things we're going to need for this are water from our trusty canteen in its insulated pouch so it doesn't freeze. Our MRE. And the stove that I regretfully forgot to put in the bag. We'll be right back. While I may have forgot my stove, I didn't forget today's sponsor, Covey Surplus. If you're on the lookout for quality surplus, military, and cool surplus gear, check out CoveySurplus.com. Thanks, sponsor me, for filling in that gap. Here's the stove that we brought. I didn't bring out a fancy military camping stove because, frankly, I don't have one. This is much more efficient. This is literally just a Amazon special copy of a rocket stove. So if you are planning to eat one of these cold weather MREs in the field, I would suggest using one of these. They do the job pretty darn well. So where were we? Oh yeah, we were talking about the MRE, which is cold weather meal menu number 8, spaghetti with meat sauce. And that is going to be excellent on a day like today where everything is freezing cold. Nice hearty bowl of spaghetti and meat sauce. So, let's break out our canteen cup. We're going to need that. And our mess kit. Some of this is surplus, some of this is not, obviously. All right. Here's our frozen solid traditional MRE. Definitely not the choice for today. So, let's get started. We got a peelable seal. So, let's discover what's in this MRE. What sort of delights we'll be enjoying on this very cold day. Alright, so this is one of the newer style of the cold weather MREs. So, if you've ever been in a camping store, a Bass Pro Shop, anything like that, you're going to be very familiar with what I'm about to show you, which is the main, and it is very much so a Mountain House dehydrated meal. Now, this may seem like the DODE being lazy and cutting corners, but the original versions of these, packed in the traditional beige bags, were what became these commercial on-the-shelf meals. So, the MRE version, as far as I can tell, came first, and then Mountain House, realizing that people actually like this stuff, started selling it commercially. So we've got ourselves a spaghetti with meat sauce main. We've got soup, noodles, ramen, instant. So we've got a thing of traditional chicken ramen. We've got cranberries, lemon lime flavored no fruit juice. So I don't know what's in the bag. Milk, chocolate, cocoa beverage powder. We've got our accessory pack with all the traditional stuff. We got Bill's Brew. We got our sugar. We even got that very special little jar of Tabasco sauce. And to top it all off, a bag of M&Ms. That's actually really nice. So I am going to get started here. So I'm going to need 10 ounces of boiling water. All right, let's get some water in this stove and get it started. Make sure it's on level ground. Take some water from our canteen. I'm not sure where, let's see, ounces, cup, 8 ounces is a cup, so we just got to do a little over a cup. About there. All right. But I should obviously make more because I'm going to need it for the ramen and for the coffee. So now, in order to save time and not drone on forever, I'm not going to eat this entire MRE from end to end in front of you because your time is valuable, and sitting here listening to me drone on about the MRE forever is not something I'm sure that most of you are interested in. That being said, in the intro to this, I went over a little history about the cold weather ration, so hopefully that covered sort of the basic questions you may have about how we got here and all of that. So, if you like this content, I'm hoping to put out a lot more of it this year. Just a quick background while this heats up. M65 jacket, pretty damn warm. PASGT helmet, great. A cheap balaclava, a need. Surplus is in the name of this channel. I'm using as much of it as I can to make the stuff we have here. Obviously, I'm kneeling on a whoopee to keep my knees nice and dry and warm, so guess we now just wait for the water to boil. I'll see you back in a few.
Come on, stupid. Oh.
Alright, because this has been a day filled with technical difficulties, and because I film off of a phone, I'm going to give you a recap of everything I just talked about for the last 2 or 3 minutes. So, the water has come to a complete boil. We have added 10 ounces of water to our spaghetti pack, 8 ounces to our ramen. I am going to skip over the beverages. If you've seen an MRE review, you've seen, let's just say it's probably Steve. Make the beverages. I don't need to show you what MRE coffee looks like. I don't need to show you what no fruit juice looks like. The most interesting things out of this are the freeze-dried food. So that's what I am currently cooking and waiting for them to reconstitute in the pouches. And hopefully they should be almost done. They've been in there for a few minutes already, so I'm gonna break off some of my mess utensils here, if I can figure out how to do it. There we go. So this spaghetti, which I did first, should be getting pretty good. Tastes good. But, alright. I'm going to give that just another few minutes. The ramen, that said it only needed a few minutes anyway, and since most ramen, yeah, this should be good. So, let's get the ramen into the coffee cup. Yep, that's looking like ramen, alright. Voila, you got yourself a traditional cup of chicken ramen. Now hopefully it tastes the same and they've not gone too preservative happy. I mean, most of us know that ramen already lasts what would appear to be like 1.2 billion years in storage. So, one of America's favorite prepper meals. It's as good as you expect. Tastes just like the one from the store. But it's pretty nice out here in the frozen tundra of Maryland. It's delicious. Now, let's take another look at that spaghetti. Let me get our tray here. Get the spaghetti into the tray. And that is looking real good. Oh man. Oh. Ooh. So I'm sure you can hear that big gust of wind. It's very cold, but now that I've taken a nice bite of this, it's not as cold, because I am nice and warm on the inside now. Cold weather MREs are an excellent choice, not just for a really cold weather environment like this. I mean, obviously they're very good for this, but I would definitely say that cold weather MREs definitely make sense as an emergency meal in your car. Something that's stable regardless of temperature. You don't have to worry about fluctuations with all the food and drinks and everything being freeze-dried. Definitely great for that. Long-term storage, they definitely have some some use in that, you know, prepping for emergencies, things like that. They're a great, you know, just like traditional MREs, they're great for emergencies. You know, obviously they have a little more temperature stability than a traditional MRE, but, you know, all in all, they're a great option. They're usually around the cost of a traditional MRE. You might pay, you know, $1 or $2 premium. Most US MREs, you know, fluctuate anywhere between like a sale price of $8 to $12 to $15. Cold weather ones, you know, usually when you see them, they're in the $10, $12, $15 range. So a little bit more, but I would definitely say that you're getting the value for your money with these. That being said, if you're looking to get the experience of one without the whole thing, you could just buy these Mountain House meals from the store. But when you start to consider the fact that this meal alone from a big box store is probably going to cost you $10 or $11 or more on its own, getting all the rest of this for $12, $13, it's a much better value. And like we like to say on this channel, surplus is value. So, I'm going to take one more nice bite of this. I'm going to say thank you, finish my meal, pack up my gear, and be on my way. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed this sort of in-the-field style ration review, and I look forward to bringing more content through you for the rest of 2025. Thanks, and have a good one.